At the top, Brighton natives, the Kooks, with the beautiful track Naive. And then we're getting into some more club energy. That was Firestarter, the Prodigy. And a throwback to the 2000 Big Day Out, the Chemical Brothers, Hey Boy, Hey Girl. You got a story from the Chemical Brothers?
Oh, yes, I have. So it was 2000 Big Day Out where they played, and that song was just, I think it was just everywhere at that moment. So we went to that Big Day Out, and the Boiler Room that night, they were closing things out, the Chemical Brothers, and the Boiler Room was the big circus tent, just off to the right of the two main stages. So I feel like it was the Nine Inch Nails or Rammstein. So I think Nine Inch Nails did play that.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nine Inch Nails, Chemical Brothers, Foo Fighters, Blink-182, Joe Strummer and the Mascaleros, Basement Jacks, Primal Scream. Like that's a hardcore lineup.
Yeah, it was an epic Big Day out at the showgrounds, and we were sort of finished watching the last band on the main stage, and you could hear the Boiler Room just starting to crank up with the Chemical Brothers. So we went in there, and it's 2000, so I'm 25. And I'm probably just getting to the point where I'm at my physical best as an AFL
Rig's
player.
out again.
So Tommy, the rig was as good as it's ever been at that point. Not that I ever had a great rig, but
I don't believe that.
It was 25
now.
So your skin folds are pretty good at 25. So we jumped into the Boiler Room, and mate, that was just incredible. The energy in there, and that song in particular, it was a big hit at the time. And I just remember jumping around like madmen in there and finishing off the night. And you get out of that Boiler Room, and you're walking out of there to get a cab home or whatever, and you get home and your head is just, there's no way known you can sleep, And we actually, this is in pre-season. It would have been on Sunday afternoon. We would have had pre-season training the next day.
And you would have just trained the house down.
You've probably still got adrenaline running through you. Yeah. So, they were good days, those Big Day Out days. I'll never forget those. My best mate, Benny Harrison, tells a story. He just got traded to the Western Bulldogs, and it was their first day back at training that next day. And he rolled up late, and Terry Wallace obviously went off his dial at him. He's a new player trying to make an impression at a new club, and, he slept in after the Big Day Out. But, they were good days.
And what about current days, man? So you're still heading to gigs?
Yeah, so I guess that I'm married with 3 kids now, and, I work all weekend, on the footy. So we do Friday night footy, Thursday night footy, and then I do Sunday afternoon. So there's not a lot of opportunities to go to a lot of those shows that are on over the weekend, but I do get to a few shows on a Saturday night because that's sort of my night, and I tend to stay close to home. I live in, the northern suburbs of Melbourne now. We love it. Just a great culture up on High Street. And in Northcote, we can walk to, plenty of live venues, like the Northcote Theatre's pumping. There's gigs on there 2-3 times a week. You got the Croxton just down the road. So there's plenty of opportunities. Or you can go down into Collingwood and you got the Gasso, that's always got shows on. You can go to the Toad Hotel. It's always got good shows on, or even the Old Bar down in Johnston Street's always good for a live show. But one that really I remember is Amyl and The Sniffers, which have become pretty big now. But probably I went and saw them at the Toad, and I feel like it was just before maybe COVID.
Have you stumbled on this gig by chance or?
No, my friend Gemma, she was friends with the band, and she said, "Oh, you've got to come and watch Amyl." And I'd heard of them, but I didn't really know a lot about them. Again, like at the drive-in, and their singer Amy is just a powerhouse. Like, she is a rock star. And went to this gig at the Toad, tiny pub in Collingwood, an iconic pub in Melbourne if you want to watch live shows. And they were just amazing. And the guitarist Declan's a Richmond supporter, so, felt a bit of a vibe with him and a connection with him, talking a bit of footy. And, they've just gone on and on and on. They're making it in America and Europe now, but, this was back when they were a Melbourne pub band, and, just so good.
I would love to hear some Amyl and The Sniffers right now.
Yeah.
What track do you want to play?
Probably when you go and watch them live, I just love Knifey. She's really, it just builds and builds.
And Richo, just for our audience at home who, are there with you at the pub and have been on this journey, is the rig out?
She's not out any.
Those Sunday sesh?
The dad bod stays in.
It stays in. Okay. Well, here's Amyl and The Sniffers with Richo's Kid On.